Session 84. And we're live.
Welcome, everyone, to session 84 of The Space Between. Starting off with a recap from Bo, which I should have checked with Ethan that he was ready to give. 'Cause Ethan, you are muted at the moment. So we might need to pivot.
Pivot!
Oh, no, there he is. Ethan had realized he was out of town, so he couldn't be here to do the recap.
Oh my goodness.
Ethan, you here now?
It looks like his microphone is buried in about 18 inches of snow.
Yeah, that or Maple absconded with it and had muted it for him. Hey, Ethan, you there?
Hey, sorry, I'm pretty out of it tonight.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, we were just talking about that. That's the case for several of us tonight. You were up for doing the recap? Or I'm sorry,
Yeah.
reading off of the
Mm-hmm.
reading off the recap from last time. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Some recap. Well, boys' night part 2 took a bit of a turn while we was waiting for the camera to catch some footage of our new friends. Decided to check out the local scenery, see if we could figure out what that rectangle in the distance was. It was some slow going, but turns out the shear rifle makes a good snowplow. Zeke didn't want to bother to find out, though. Said he was looking for a sauna and would meet us there. Once we got to the thing, realized it was a makeshift building put together with Insta panels. We worked our way inside and found a busted up machine along with signs that people were camping there. Zeke said he wanted to do some investigating, but then he disappeared. Probably back to that sauna of his. So then Pete and me headed back to the truck. Still can't find him, though. Starting to get a little nervous, but I'm sure he'll be back soon.
All right. Pretty good summary, I'd say. Nice little detour. So yeah, we got you guys back to the ATV, reunited with Cherry and Lex. So
And Eva.
And Eva. Sorry, yeah, I forgot Eva. For some reason, I had it in my head that Eva had gone with them. Wait a minute, that doesn't work for guys' night.
No. Unless we're running just one of the boys scenario.
Not like the other girls.
Oh, wait, no. It was just one of the guys, I think. Not boys.
Oh, okay.
Old movie reference.
Yeah, I'd heard vaguely of it, but I'm not familiar enough to know the right wording.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so gang's back together. Hadn't heard from Zeke yet, but it is closing in on evening. I think there was some discussion of maybe settling in for the night before the storm got too much worse.
Well, at some point, Eva does ask, where is Zeke?
Okay.
And sorry, Ethan. Bo's the only one that she can look at.
That's
Unless
that's
Ben wants
true.
to answer for Pete.
Let's see. I could step in a bit as Pete.
Oh, well, I think we'd said we got back that we were looking for Zeke. But I guess if she's
Ah,
just wondering why he hadn't reappeared in that interim,
yeah, I think that
I guess
works too.
that's still open. Yeah, I guess Bo would respond and say, "Yeah, I'm getting antsy about him too. I think it's worth risking a call on the radio. Although who knows if it reaches to whatever sauna he's in."
What What? I didn't see a sauna anywhere.
Oh, he said something about trying to find somewhere that was warm. And then when you started talking about the geothermal activity or whatever, said he was going to find himself the nearest sauna.
Mm.
But his time and space wizardry does let him go a piece. So
Carrie is looking increasingly concerned the longer Bo speaks, which isn't anything new, but this looks a little different from her usual concern.
he didn't think all that to y'all. I figured that was in the mind meld group chat thing.
Oh my goodness. Did he say to you guys before he disappeared, like, hey, I'm gonna disappear for a bit? Or was this just like well, I guess he went off to do his thing?
Well, he kind of got that scrunched up face like when he's about to do some wizard stuff, but then he just popped away, I guess. He's gone.
Okay. Well, I guess it helps to know it was intentional. Possibly.
But he wouldn't just leave us.
Well, it sounds like he kind of got left ish. No offense. Just he disappeared, but now he doesn't have a ride back. So,
Well, he just want to pop from point A to point B. That's what he did on the way there.
Well,
Might
wait,
still
Alright.
be able
he
to
what?
pop on back. Oh
Well,
yeah, when he went looking for the sauna, he just popped off, and then we met him at when we were just about there.
no, he was supposed to stay with you in case something happened. He could teleport you back.
Ah, well, he said he was getting cold, and the snow shovel was snow shoveling. So I didn't make too big a fuss about it.
Terry looks like she's getting lost in thought. When exactly did he go missing again?
When we were in the main floor of that funky Insta-panel building, we'd been poking around in that hole, saw the sleeping bag, and then Aset's been drying or thawing and probably making a pool of water somewhere. Bo dragged it back.
Okay. Oh.
Hmm.
We were trying to look around, figure out what happened. Then I don't know. He went off and did his wizard thing.
Zeke. Can Cherry check her compad? Like, have they been able to message each other at all on this planet?
You guys are hooked up on a comm server, and yeah, you have that has been able to cut through. On this this kind of a short distance. It's been able to cut through the interference from the storm.
All right, she's gonna be messaging Zeke, just being like, "Hey, are you done with your little adventure?"
Yeah, I hope that reaches him at whatever spa resort he's at.
Why would he want to miss out on this?
No, I can't imagine why. Snow up to the elbows.
It's just
So
hot
cold.
water.
So cold my toes can't even wiggle.
We have a heater.
Living off of protein bars.
Vegan
Okay.
protein bars, so they're good for you.
Had Cherry
I told you not to pack the vegan protein bars.
Well, it's okay because I switched the wrappers this time.
Now I'm wishing I was at the sauna.
What did she send him exactly?
she said, "Hey, are you done with your little adventure yet?" And then she'll send him like a little emoji of like a watch.
He'd probably say something like, yeah. Need anything from the ship?
She would send him a list.
Oh no.
A list of things he could reasonably carry? Like, how big a list are we talking?
She wants a pair of her fuzzy socks and
He's not doing that. He's not going through your
Instant
drawer
rejection.
of unmentionables.
she would tell him to man up because they're on the dresser.
He would tell her she's testing her luck. Is there anything else she wants?
She would send a little huffing face. And she'd be like, "Fine, bring some of the hot chocolate packets."
He's gonna do that and bring the socks as long as they are actually on top of the dresser.
If he goes to knock on the door, Ryu would answer.
He doesn't knock on doors.
Okay. Well, if he pops into the room, Ryu's there.
Bo's backseat texting now. Did you get a hold of him? Tell him to grab the food that doesn't suck.
Harry is ignoring Bo per usual.
He doesn't take the time to explain himself to you.
Terry, unless you want to eat kelp bars, you gotta tell him.
Meanwhile,
She'll
Eva
text
is
him, "Hey, are there any of those dino nuggies left in the kitchen?"
expounding on the benefits of a densely packed kale bar.
I will say that Bo and Cherry do have solidarity in the value of a good meaty meal.
We're gonna freeze to death eating like rabbits. I never thought it'd happen like this.
You can only have a sugar bomb if you have enough protein in your system to counteract the sugar bomb. She's going to text him and say, "Bo is asking for some form of protein that's not derived from seaweed."
Yeah, he'll collect.
He's
some
getting
things.
desperate.
Can he even bring like some hot chocolate? Does he have to like?
Bruh just pops back in with a thermos. She's also going to message him and say, "By the way, Bo's convinced you went to a sauna. Do with that information what you will."
Tell him I fed Apple.
Hey, wait, I thought Apple was back on Lohe Nuda.
How did we leave Apple?
Thought we left the capybaras on Lohe Nuda in the care of Hoshi.
I think we did.
Yeah.
One of those
Yeah.
sessions on the list.
Dude, is this a code word? Question.
They just tossed a half-eaten apple into their enclosure. Didn't even check to see if they're there.
That's actually on brand. It's got places to be, places to pop, doors to not knock on.
Anything else?
Maybe just tell me what actually happened. That would be cool. Since you did your, and then she'll put in quotes, timey-wimey wizardry stuff, end quotes.
He would
And
pause and think about that one before deciding ultimately not to answer it at all. And he has your stuff with you.
as there's not any answer, she'll just go, good talk.
No, I mean he's back with your stuff at that point.
She'll still
It's
text
not
it to him.
Pops up
even answer, like,
mid-text.
he is there with your things and has decided just not to respond and to misdirect. One of those like awkward, like, did he see it or
Can't be sure.
Oh, there's Zeke.
I brought seaweed snacks.
Oh, thank you so much. We're almost running out, and I know Bo doesn't like
You're a
cauliflower.
traitor to your people.
I brought not seaweed snacks too.
You're a credit to your people.
Oh my goodness.
I missed it. What did he say? He brought what also?
He brought fuzzy socks.
Oh. Is that what Bo said he's a credit to his people for?
Oh no, for
No.
the Dino-Nuggies.
Oh, that's the part I missed. Yeah.
I have ambivalent feelings about what you are to your people about the fuzzy socks.
And then a big old thermos of hot chocolate.
Well, that's almost like a sauna.
Did you actually go to a sauna?
Nope, didn't find one.
You went looking?
Sure. Is it such an unreasonable thing to want in this winter wonderland?
Well, I sent you with Pete and Bo so that you could teleport them away if there was any danger.
Well, there wasn't.
Well, it is important to find those hot springs, like you said. I mean, it's in those Jennifer Moons novels. She finds it, and they have that emotionally open talk for the first time about their feelings and all that. And I mean, oh,
I didn't read that part. I mean, they had just discovered the rod of immovable parts. So why would I care about the hot springs conversation and some of the stuff
oh,
they
yeah. I'm definitely not reading that book for the romance. Nothing.
Eva is blushing as she tries to talk herself out of the hole she dug.
Uh, Sherry is staring at a wall while sipping very loudly from her hot cocoa. It's like
Staring at a wall.
just trying to look anywhere but at the two awkward people very close to the space she is in.
Okay, so I guess that's probably where they had staged for to drill, and probably where they found whatever alarmed the Tabukan military. Hmm.
Well, the hole didn't go all that deep. You think they pulled something out of it?
Hmm.
You think they let out space ghosts?
No, not space
Trapped
ghosts.
beneath the earth after hundreds of years, now freed by the folly of man.
I mean, like viruses and bacteria and unknown pathogens. Yeah.
Yeah, space ghosts.
Uh, Those aren't ghosts.
Can't see them, but they do bad stuff to you. Sounds like a ghost to me.
Uh, But ghosts knock things off walls.
Can't see the bacteria. How do you know it wasn't the bacteria knocked stuff off the walls?
We can see the bacteria. It's just really small.
Small but mighty. It's knocking stuff off the walls and making folks sick
No, it's
with
not.
basically viruses.
Sherry's gonna just look over at Zeke and Pete and say, "So, do you two have any hypotheses about what you saw?"
Remind me, what did Zeke see in his vision exactly, Ben? It was. I still want to blur the line between what I know and what Zeke knows.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so what he saw was um, a group of people, hunkered down, middle of the night, you know, zipped up in sleeping bags all through um, all on the floor of this little makeshift shelter, around some kind of uh, scientific-looking machine in the middle of the floor where you guys found the hole, and there was a strong storm going on, and one of the wall panels just like snapped and flew in, open with snow and ice pouring in, and everybody scrambled just in a panic.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that Zeke would describe. His impression was that it was potentially a hidey hole for people trying to survive the storms.
Hmm. Well, we have to find the people.
Well, they weren't there.
Okay. um, how long have we been going, Ben? Like, is it time for uh night, or I mean, is it time for us to
Yeah,
sleep?
it's close to nighttime. It's hard to tell, just looking outside, but yeah, your internal clocks and your other clocks would tell you, yeah, it's getting late.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, let's see. Can you safely retrieve the camera?
Probably.
Okay. I don't want to begin transmitting because I think the the images will get choppy in the snow, and there's still that risk that they'll detect the transmission. Are you gonna do it now?
Uh, yeah, he'd be willing to go grab it immediately if that's what we want.
Yeah, it's been a few hours, right? So we may be able to see something down there, and he can pop it back if we're not satisfied with what we see, right? All in theory.
And if no one interjects, then yeah, he's gonna go back, grab the camera, and maybe take yeah, just take the camera back, I guess.
Okay.
I guess he could probably, without much risk, just confirm that because there was light before, right? Like the light's still there, kind of thing.
Hmm. So are the lights still where?
As he goes to collect the camera from the original
Oh
hole
yeah.
in the ice he found, I'm assuming that he could easily check to see if the signs of life that were clearly visible from the top of the hole are still visible where he grabs the camera.
Oh, signs of life. Yes. So yeah, he had been um yeah, he had put the camera um down at the bottom of the hole. Are you saying he teleports to the top of the hole and looks down in first?
No, he's just gonna pop up next to where the camera was, in an
Okay.
effort to retrieve it quickly, and then maybe just
Yeah.
glance down the hole and hey, that light's still there, kind of thing. Evaluate getting back
Yes.
to it.
So yeah, he popped up where he put the camera, which was at the bottom of the shaft. Um I don't know if are you looking at this little sketch that I did?
Oh yeah, is this that hole?
So this the little X is where he put the camera down at the bottom where next to where the tents are. Um the brown is the rope ladder, very roughly sketched. And so the thing on the little right side, that's like the opening that he'd been able to see. Like the tents are kind of in a they're positioned near that opening that seems to go deeper into the ice. Um, but yeah, the signs of life and the light would have been from in the tents, and he can see uh, pretty easily. I mean, the just like the camera had a good view of that little area. Um, you can see, yeah, there are still people there moving around occasionally. Still light.
Interesting. Okay. Then he's gonna get the camera, bring it back, and first share one that the hole is still occupied. Uh, the camera appears to not have been tampered with, and he has a theory that the people from this hole might have been the people from the same hole. Just a gut feeling, though. Same hole from earlier.
Hmm.
From
Oh,
his vision.
okay. Cool. Yeah. Download the pictures and scan through them.
Alrighty, sounds like a
Should we see
plan.
the first couple ones of Zeke's silly faces? Right?
uh, Eva giggles at a couple of them.
It's dozens.
She starts to wonder, did he even leave the camera there, or did he just keep it and take a bunch of selfies with it?
Yeah. After how many would she not be amused anymore?
uh,
I'm thinking he clicked that button at least 20 times.
uh, let's say after about a half dozen, maybe 8, 6 to 8. Zeke, how many? Oh, that one's funny. Uh, how do you do that thing with your tongue? Okay, how many of these are there? She starts rapidly nexting through them.
What does Zeke have to say for himself?
It was a long way down that hole.
But she does get to the end of them and to the real pictures.
Yes, Avery. Okay. That's what started Avery giggling so much. uh Okay. She gets to the content that to subscribe to, not the pre-rolls.
Look, if y'all haven't
So
seen that
Eva's
movie, it's very relevant.
I don't know
um,
of how many aside from you and I, Avery, would have seen that movie.
It's very relevant. You're kind of missing the point if you haven't seen it at this point. Anyway.
So yeah, we're gonna say Eva settles in to start
Ben, you keep
sifting through
moving.
the pictures.
I can tell when you lean back.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I had to turn you back up. I had to turn you down before because you were sitting on your mic.
Mm-mm. I'm pretty close right now.
Hmm. You were doing something different a little while ago. Sorry,
Mm.
continue.
No, you're okay. Oh boy. Um. Okay. Yeah. Sorry for the inconsistent volume here.
That's fine.
I was just gonna say I don't stop me if I'm moving you guys on too quickly, but just gonna say yeah, it'll take Eva some time, but she can settle in to just start sifting through the pictures and analyzing.
Good.
She's gonna do that while everybody else sets up reinforced pressure tents outside.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Of course, I mean,
I'm
it's got to
thinking
be
she
done right
might
away.
not even notice that they've started doing that.
Yeah, Pete at least would get started on that work. Probably rope in Bo and Zeke as well. Take one look at Eva and just shake his head. Just not even try to snap her out of it. Because she's doing something important anyway.
Yep.
So yeah, that's not an easy task. The storm is picking up, and even though you guys are well suited up for the weather, still very low visibility, getting pelted with little bits of hail, and hearing the thuds of occasionally larger chunks of hail. And but fortunately, the pressure tents are well designed and over designed, over engineered for this kind of a situation.
Yeah. Well, we did get the extra special tents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these suckers expand out, and all the different little pieces interlock and get anchored down. There's a quite a bit of weight to these things. They these get basically like extra weighted tent spike kind of things to make sure they can withstand severe winds and whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
And they even come with teensy little airlock chambers basically. Think of like those tents that'll have like a little tiny entryway
Mm-hmm.
that you can zip up separately from the rest of the tent. Same kind of thing. Um, just enough room barely for one person and just to provide a little bit of a transition between whatever crazy conditions outside and inside so that you could even use these on a you can use these in any sort of inhospitable environment and not risk letting the outside into the inside of the tent when transitioning. So
Yeah.
yeah, that setup takes maybe an hour or so with the multiple sets of hands and the two tents. And Eva's gotten through a decent number of the photos. we could uh, we could say she's at least skimmed them and gotten some highlights.
Okay. I think that makes sense for what she would start to do, anyways. uh, try and scan them. Big picture, well, tiny picture, lots of pictures. Initially, the
Hmm.
see what she can immediately identify as there's something interesting there, something interesting there, and just yeah. So what highlights does she see?
Yeah, makes sense. Uh, mm, 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 mhm. Okay. Give me just a minute to think about one particular thing. But
Okay.
meanwhile, we can get everybody divvying up in the tents. Sorry, you were going to say something?
Nope, not I.
Oh, okay. Must have heard something else.
Nope, I was
It
not
must have
going
been
to
the
interrupt
wind.
you this time. As I interrupt you.
No, you're fine. It's got to be done sometimes. Yeah, give me a second to think about what to tell you about her findings so far while everybody decides who's sleeping in which tent. You could assume guys and girls split, because there
Yeah,
being
I was
the
gonna say
six of
that.
you. 3 and
Mm-hmm.
3 is pretty simple.
Is is Lex trying to nod it and get out of sleeping in the same tent as Eva?
Why do we have to sleep in the tents?
um, is that Zeke asking or Avery asking?
Zeke asked me.
Wait, what was Zeke asking?
Like, why do we have to sleep in the tents?
No,
I will say
I
out
mean
of
I.
character in case there's slight confusion about it. The ATV, I mean, you could technically sleep in there, but it is somewhat cramped. It's not really set up to be sleeping quarters. Um,
So maybe like one person could sleep in there.
I
yeah.
think you mean
Any
more
other
like why
reason?
can't we teleport back to the ship?
Yeah, I was gonna say that would just have to do. That's up to you guys and maybe effort related.
But I mean, if we're
Yeah.
going to sleep anyway,
Well, you'd still have to teleport us back. Either way, Eva starts giving the more academic answer of uh power usage and how much more it takes the ATV to heat the interior than it does the pressure tents, and how they conserve so much more heat than the ATV can. And yeah, that's the answer he's getting from Eva.
well, then he's gonna try and rationalize giving you back the free space that he would occupy if she is so inclined to stay
Yep.
in a tent.
I know it's uncomfortable, Zeke, but we need you here in case something happens.
All right. He's
And
gonna at least get his favorite blanket.
she while he probably starts talking right when he teleports, she starts saying um about how it would be nicer to let me get this in Eva voice since he's not here to hear it. She starts in on and it would be nice to just sleep in the ship, but we know that you have some constraints on your how many times you can do this with us, and we want to make sure that you're at tip top. um and she goes on for a little bit.
Mhm.
She was probably still talking about how uh she is wanting to be considerate of his effort, not in those exact words, but the concept of it, when he returns. Does he return to the conversation that he left, or does he just kind of nope out again?
Oh, yeah, no, he's probably nipping out. It's been a long day. The mental brain power, it's not there. To engage this conversation is to explore all of its possible outcomes.
Yeah, yeah, that's
He's got
very
his
accurate.
own harrowing adventure. Nah, yeah, he's probably done.
Alrighty then.
And of course, she's still going on in this direction, and she shifts direction at some point, but she's still talking to Zeke while she's skimming through the photos, and he has walked off. Well, he has teleported back and then walked off, or teleported off again.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, let's see. Okay, I think basically what Eva would have pieced together from the pictures so far is that there are there are 6 people that are apparently stationed down at the bottom of that hole,
Hmm.
and she might use the word stationed, or at least I'm using the word stationed because it does seem like from the bits that she can piece together from the pictures, um, they are they are toting around military gear. They're bundled up over it, but there are enough pictures and um, a couple instances where somebody makes the rounds around the outside of the tents. Where she gets a picture that's got a little bit closer detail on
Hmm.
one of them to notice the the gear and the uniform. She does catch the Tabukan military insignia.
Yeah. I think one of the primary questions I have is, does it look like they are providing food, or yeah, basically, does it look like they're taking food from their supplies down at the bottom of this hole, down that corridor over there? Are they feeding someone?
No, so
Okay.
it does she does catch that a a pair of them go down the hole um about every hour
Hmm.
and come back not too much, not too much long. What am I trying to say? Not too long after they leave.
Okay.
Um, they take uh, they use climbing harnesses when they go. They take them with them anyway. Um,
Huh.
and then I guess trying to think about roughly how long it is that you guys left the camera there. Maybe a handful of hours, like half a day or something like that.
It felt like
Um,
4 to 6 hours.
so in that time, she would have caught another time. Um, yeah, another time where one of them came up and held some kind of device, data slab looking thing with some attachment on it. Um, glanced up up at the top of the shaft, and before going back into the tent. And let's see, right at the end, would have caught 3 people coming down the rope ladder. There being a little bit of a powwow, a bunch of them gathered, exchanging some stuff, unloading some stuff out of packs,
Mhm.
um, and then 3 people going back up the ladder.
Okay. So she wants to correlate the time that he did the data slab thing with the time that we saw the men above broadcasting something down, and establish if there is a pattern to be established from that, like they were 4 hours apart or 6 hours apart or 12 hours apart, then that's like, you know, if they're 4 hours apart, then she saw that happen twice, and she can, on the safest side, surmise that it happens every 4 hours or less. But it happens, the those times. So she's trying to establish patterns. Do they go to do they go down the tunnel at set intervals, or is it random? How well timed are they? That's where her brain is spinning right now.
Mm. Yeah, basically like clockwork.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, she is formulating a schedule for us to explore what is down there.
Mhm.
She really wishes she had a planning board. You know what? Do the pressure tents have windows?
Sadly, no.
Dang. What about the airlock? Does it have a window? At least from the inside the pressure tent into the airlock part of it?
um, I will say it's not unreasonable for there to be a window. I'll
Okay.
say, yeah, there's like a view panel in the that goes from the airlock inside and from the airlock outside, so you can look through and see all the way outside,
Okay.
because you want to be able to see out before you open the exterior door. I mean, come on.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Um, then depending on how large that is, who am I kidding? She uses up the entire space of that window.
I was
It's
gonna
got writing
say
all over it
she
now.
she can write small if she has to.
Yeah, she
Nothing
can.
stops her. Yeah,
She's got a
she's
planning
rocking.
board.
Yeah.
And she probably falls asleep right next to the airlock also, with her pen in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Cherry would
Nice.
ask Lex to move her to her sleeping bag.
uh, I feel like Lex would give some pushback. She'd be,
Cherry would sigh and say, "Okay, can you help me move her then?"
yeah, she'll grumble about it, but she'll do it.
The two of them manage to pick up Eva and put her in her bed.
Yeah, I think they can handle that. I'm imagining her muttering something about, I said I was ride or die, but that didn't mean I'm here. Your errand girl. Uh, but it's set in good-natured fun.
Harry doesn't comment about how Lex's brother was ready to kidnap someone for her when she didn't even ask him to. But
She's thinking it though.
she's thinking it.
Like, man, you really put her in place. Like, your brother was. I mean, he was ready to. He was really ready to do whatever I needed. Uh, yeah, but you can imagine what Lex would think about that level of devotion or
Like I said, she bit her
loyalty.
tongue.
Yeah, she knew better. Alrighty. Let's see. So you guys are gonna settle in, get a full night's rest, so you can regain your level and hit points. You can. You will also get good enough rest that you can knock off 1 point of system strain if you got any. And of course, Zeke gets back his effort. And I think we can fast forward to the morning.
Well, I don't want to jump in front of anybody, but unless anybody has something else that they're wanting to do, um, Eva calls a
Jump
meeting.
away.
Eva calls a meeting to the command tent.
Okay.
And of course, everyone coming in can see the utter mess that is the inner airlock window.
Yeah, they go to peek in through the window and they just see wall of text completely obscuring the view.
Wall of text, so Eva. But yeah, if she could work out the timing of that. I mean, you said that she was able to tell it was like clockwork, so I guess she can.
Yeah.
Eva proposes that um let's see. Well, you know what I think she'll put it instead as uh she thinks that we should um get into that tunnel and know that drains Zeke to get all of us there, but she doesn't feel comfortable sending Zeke exploring that tunnel alone. Um, and proposes a time that we do it as uh, sort of a third of the way after their patrol or their visit. I'm assuming these aren't like every 20 minutes. I think you said every hour or so.
Every hour.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
every hour.
Yeah, about 15 minutes after they've returned from one, just to make sure that they don't have this happenstance. Oh, we dropped our cell phone and have to go back in moment. Um, and that gives us 45 minutes to open whatever they've got there without triggering any alarms. Find out what it is that they're doing over there, and if it's people, get them out.
Okay.
I think the part where I hesitated is I was gonna say she would probably also want to coordinate this with when there's the shift change from up to down, because then the people coming down would theoretically be more tired. They've just been out in the freezing snow, the freezing cold, and might not be as attentive. But I don't know if I don't personally know if that would be a good idea to do it right after a shift change. I think she'll ask what how should we plan this around their shift change, and leave that question to our security experts. Oh, and Pete.
Okay. Pete could certainly chime in, but be nice to hear what Bo has to say as well. Give me just a minute. I need to step away and help Danielle, but I will be right back.
Okay. It's tempting to watch that tonight, Avery.
It's good to watch really any night.
It is good to watch pretty much any night.
It's kind of
That
like it just predicts the future, really.
it has so far. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they got the timeline a little far off, right? Like they said 500 years.
that's true.
Um,
They're being optimistic,
we
which
might
is crazy to
we,
say.
we might be lucky if it's 100,
Yeah.
which is terrible to say as I have a child now. But
Mm, yep.
I did that before the shoe turned the other face.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for kind of a lighter hearted glimpse into the same area, but not nearly as far, I also like Office Space.
Hmm.
It feels so much. I don't know why it feels so same. It's obviously very different.
Mike Judge does a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, yeah, he really does. No, he didn't do both of those, did he?
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead,
I don't
and
think I ever made that connection between Office Space and Idiocracy both being Mike Judge.
yeah, Silicon Valley is also him.
I don't think I've watched that.
Oh, that's incredible.
Is it a movie or show?
It's a show.
Okay.
Good little 1 hour, like techie software guys startup company.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
Yep. I think what else he did.
I'm cheating. I'm just looking it up.
I am back. Make any decisions while I was gone?
Were we supposed to be deciding something?
I thought you were uh getting input from Bo and Pete as far as
Well, Pete left when you did. And
true.
I think Ethan fell asleep.
Okay. Ethan, are you with us still?
Yeah.
Hey there.
Mhm.
I'm not changing my statement.
It's all good. Yeah, we were hanging on by a thread tonight, but we're hanging on. Um, yeah, Ethan, I just got back from helping Danielle get her phone plugged in. It was about dying. She was severely nap trapped. I also got her the laptop so she can see my drawing sketch. I managed to divert some of my GM prep efforts to doing a crude sketch.
Mm-hmm.
So
I am incredibly proud of your drawing.
Thanks. Oh, I should have put text for camera. Yeah. So yeah, I guess you guys were talking. I think we'd said out of character that you guys are talking about the plan. Dex, do you want to reiterate what
Yeah,
Eva was trying to decide on or get input on?
yeah. So, Ethan, were you? Did you catch where I said what Eva's basic plan is?
About trying to go down there.
Yeah, and
And
the timing of it, about 15 minutes after they've gone down the tunnel and come back. And so the question that lingers is what to do about the shift change. Basically, there's people patrolling above, and every so many hours they change. My initial thought was to do our heist delving after a shift change because the idea would be that those that just came down from the cold are going to be tired. They've just been out there for however many hours and less alert. Um, but I don't know if that's true, and I don't know if Eva knows if that's true. And so we're leaving that to our security folks, Bo and Pete. Yeah, Eva actually asks uh, if we should coordinate this around the shift change.
yeah, I think that makes sense.
Of course, I knew it would. Of course, yes. Okay. Uh, we have our timing. And Eva will, set a watch for 15 minutes before go time so that we can all. So, well, more than 15 minutes, I think. Plenty of time for us to pack up the pressure tents. In fact, we'll probably end up doing that a little bit early, just to make sure that everything's packed up and in one location, so that if we have to make a break for it, we just teleport back to the ATV and take it out, or go back to the ship and ditch the ATV. But hopefully not. We spent a lot of money on that. It is ours. I think next step, Ben, if we've uh if we want to dip into this session is going down the tunnel.
Okay. I'm good with doing that. Did anybody have any other questions or comments, concerns before we gear up and start putting that plan into motion? We got Avery, Danielle, and Ethan. Minimal comments so far. Just want to get some kind of verbal, yeah, let's go for it. Or
We can
wait a
do
minute.
it.
All right. It's a thumbs up from Avery.
I'll give
Ethan,
you
you feel good
two.
about the plan?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Alrighty. And Danielle, I'm guessing is trying to be quiet because baby is asleep. So
Yeah.
alrighty then. So you guys have a targeted time frame. Are you planning to teleport down into the bottom of the ice shaft, or are you planning to make the trek on foot?
Um.
I would like on teleporting.
Well, the benefit of making the trek on foot is that we can look down the shaft and make sure that everybody is where Eva expects them to be. But the disadvantage of that is that Eva has to climb that again.
Can Zeke not just go look down the hole real quick before the rest of us come?
Yeah, that would work. He can't see
Mhm.
heat like Eva's eyes, but he can. He's got binoculars. He can see well enough.
You could go back in the bottom of the hole if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's
That's what I'm
probably even
saying.
better.
Like, yeah,
Does he know he's been down there a couple of times to know where there are a couple of nooks or crannies that he could pop up on the wall up a little bit at first just in case, and then scope the place out.
that's what he's gonna do.
Alrighty. So he will stand on the wall, just up enough high enough to be slightly out of the normal field of vision. Plus it being dark, so he's not concerned about being spotted, and he'll observe same scene that he's seen before. 3 tents, but minimal movement, except for occasionally someone coming out of a tent and going over to some supply crates, getting something out, or going to uh, check on something or go use the privy. Um, and yeah, it looks like everything's on schedule. Um, he checks, and the two who had gone down the deeper tunnel return right on schedule, and so you can watch for another few minutes as they get back, um, settle in, and divvy up among the tents to get back to the business of keeping warm. So you can go back, and at the right moment. Oh, I guess. Um,
I was thinking maybe he can
maybe
sneak around and get eyes on the tunnel so he can teleport straight into it.
I was just gonna say that might have been
Yeah.
intended and maybe not explicitly stated.
Yeah.
He's able to see well enough that he could teleport into kind of the mouth of that tunnel from where he's at after they I guess if he didn't mind cutting it kind of close, he could do it as they're coming out so there's light back there so he can see. Otherwise he could just try to sneak around. Because it is pitch dark down here except for where there is light provided by the soldiers.
Mm.
What do you think, Avery? You think he's going to teleport right behind them as they're coming out of the tunnel?
Seems reasonable.
I like it. So he pops in on the ceiling just to keep from potentially being right where somebody would glance as they walk below him out of the mouth of the tunnel and glance at each other. One gestures to one tent and the other they go their separate ways. And Zeke has got freedom to go down and walk his way to a spot that is out of the direct line of sight of the little encampment. So he's got a spot to teleport to later. That being done, you can go back to collect the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
Now, I assume this time you guys are bringing everybody, right?
Yes.
All right.
Because we definitely need everyone. Well, we don't definitely need everyone. There's definitely a chance that we will need any one of our individual skills.
Exactly. Okay. Then, yeah, you guys can all gather your gear up, get everything adjusted. I assume you've all got your climbing harnesses packed up and readied to use. And then Zeke teleports you all into the tunnel.
Now you said it's pitch
And,
black in here. Is it the kind of pitch black that will
yes.
actually prevent Eva and Bo from seeing?
No.
Okay.
No, there's just enough light reflected from the the little bit of light at the tents, and probably even at this point coming from the top of the shaft, just enough reflected along the ice to give them enough to see by.
All right. Eva cycles through her optics, looking for any kind of obvious like electronics, laser tripwires, the things you see in a Resident Evil movie.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, doesn't see anything here in the tunnel or the mouth of the tunnel. Does see some faint signals coming from the tents, just indicating some of the electronic components of the little the power frequencies that they're emitting, and
Mhm.
of course sees the body heat of the six that are stationed down here.
Okay.
All are accounted for in the tents.
All right. Well, then, I didn't bring any glow bugs. This is weird. I normally have glow bugs on my characters. All right. Well, no glow bugs, but I assume the meta tool has a little flashlight on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it
Is it
does.
enough for those without special eyes to see?
Um, Not super well.
Okay.
Uh, Not great for nighttime hiking
Right,
through
right.
a slick ice tunnel. Um, there, I'm guessing almost certainly somebody has glow bugs, or we could, at the very least, suppose um, that either Bo or Pete would have nabbed a few, because I don't think those even take up any encumbrance, right?
They don't. That's why I almost always have some on the
Okay.
character.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, um, there's it's easy enough. At the very least, I think the survival kit comes with one or two. So, um, yeah, digging through packs, you guys will be able to get enough to be able to see, and you've got flashlights. It's a simple thing to just hand wave.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, Eva will carefully press forward, waving the others to follow. And
Alrighty.
she will not complain if somebody decides that they should be going in front of her.
All
But
right.
she's taking lead and taking charge.
All right then. So, um, what you guys find as you're making your way down this little shaft, you pretty quickly notice there's a small, like faint trickle of water running through the kind of the middle of this path that you guys are going down.
Hmm.
And you uh, you make it just a short distance before the slope gets a lot steeper, and Eva can spot pretty easily the little chinks in the ice where there have been some repeated. Uh, Looks like basically they've dug out little spaces to put pitons, and they've
Okay.
just used the same spots over and over again.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's time for climbing harnesses,
Yep. And if we've
and you
gotten
know
far
what that
enough away,
means.
yeah, have we gotten far enough away that we think the sound of us uh, driving Petons into ice will not be heard?
Um, Not so much that you would be careless. You
Okay.
know, there's still a risk of being heard.
Okay.
At the moment, you're not expecting that it's likely for anyone to be out of the tents, just given the behavior patterns that you'd seen. They spend most of their time when they're not on a patrol in the tents,
What
trying to
a
stay warm.
horrible life.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah. So probably, um, yeah. I guess we can do it in either order, but I'm gonna need an exert check and a stealth check from each of you. So it's time to roll some math rocks, baby.
And the exert check gets the +1 from the climbing harness.
It sure does.
Okay.
Do you need exert from Zeke?
Nah, man, he good. He good. In fact, anybody who wants to go a little slower could take an additional 1, coming out to a 2 for their exert check by taking Zeke's help.
Eva definitely takes Zeke's help.
She learns
Right.
nothing.
She what?
She learned nothing.
She learned nothing. I know.
Zeke doesn't try to get a laugh out of it this time. So your failure is a disappointment to him if it happens. Just saying.
Okay.
Good to know. Avery, I'm not quite sure what the notice check was for, unless you were meaning to roll a sneak check.
Oh shoot! I think you said notice.
That's all good.
And the exert, did you say it could be strength or dexterity?
It's got to be strength.
Okay.
The diff is just 2 if you want to subtract it, Ben, or do you want me to reroll it?
We can roll with that.
Woo!
All right.
Sneak with intelligence, right?
She can think really hard about being stealthy. You're welcome to roll it and see how well that does for. Oh no. Oh man.
I'm gonna go ahead and expert reroll that.
All right, the expert reroll. Here we go.
Hey.
Oh, a little better. Let's see. Ethan and Danielle, if either of you needs me to roll for you, I can do that.
Actually, I think I may have jumped the gun on rolling a sneak. Do we all need to roll sneak, or just the person that's leading up the hill and hammering the Petons in?
Well, down in this case, you guys are going down a tunnel.
Oh, okay. Or are you doing a group check?
I was just gonna do a group check since you're
Oh,
all
works.
using the climbing harnesses and trying to do it. Except of course for Zeke again. I realized after I said, "Hey, I need you to roll a stealth." I guess he doesn't get the minus. He doesn't get the penalty from the climbing harness. So there's that. But he's still moving through this tunnel with everybody else. All right, let's see.
I didn't apply a penalty on the climbing harness on sneak. I forgot it was there.
Yeah, I forgot to remind about it. That actually does make this quite a troublesome quite a troublesome situation for everybody.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, like you said,
Especially those
theoretically
who
they're
have-
pretty far away, and we just need to be careful not
Yeah.
scream out in
We'll
pain
see
as
what
we land a hammer on a thumb.
Yeah, we'll see what our average comes out to. All right, I am inferring that I need to go ahead and roll for Bo and for Cherry both.
See.
So I'm going to get an exert with strength for Bo. The modifier of
Dice for him, Ben. Don't worry. It was 20s only.
I'll see what I could do.
Those oracle powers, you know.
Oh, it's making me roll the dice. All right, and a sneak with its modifier. Phew. Okay, and then we got Cherry. Okey-dokey. Exert. I'm guessing that she would take Zeke's help, in the interest of not slipping and falling, having heard Eva's stories. All right.
Isn't her
And
dex better? I mean, it probably doesn't matter
it
with
is.
the dex.
Well, yeah, but this is that's for the exert. For the sneak.
Oh, right, you did say no dex. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see that. These are actually this. This is a. It's actually same across the board. She's got a +1 for intelligence and a +1 for charisma. That's all Cherry's got. Woo-wee. I'm gonna say she probably also uses the reroll.
Yeah.
Unless Danielle wants to message me quickly and refute that. So we're gonna go for the reroll. Sneak. And
Wow, what a
Phew.
turnaround.
a nat 12 nets her a 9 in this case. Oh man. That's pretty rough. Let's see. Okay, so let's work up our average here. We have bow, and then we have Eva came out to a 5 so far. And you said Zeke's was how much different? Was it 2 less?
Yeah, minus
In his
2 from the
notice?
9, so it would be a 7.
Okay. Let's see. It looks like okay. And but then another -2 because climbing harness. Oh wait, no, not -2 because no climbing harness. Just kidding. Okay.
Zeke no need climbing harness.
Zeke no need climbing harness.
Zeke have
Okay.
lava man powers.
Yes. Let's see. That's and then Pete.
Nah, you don't need to roll him.
Yeah.
Unless we need him.
He is here. Oh, I did need to give him. Let's see. No, he doesn't recover hit points. Could you roll real quick? Or let's see. I guess I could roll him a couple d8s. It's a d8 per
No, it's just wait. Now I'm confused. I thought it was hit points.
for his.
It's the same healing level and hit
Oh,
points
okay.
for 15 minutes and 1 unit of spare parts, I believe.
Okay. That makes sense. I don't know why I was imagining like the lift rules or something like that. Okay. I'm guessing. Let's
And he
see.
can self-repair even without fix.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we'll say he uses 1 at least. I don't know if you'd want. I seem to remember him min-maxing sometimes, but I feel like he's gonna go ahead and top off, even though it's slightly inefficient.
Oh, slightly
Just to make
inefficient.
sure
What
he's
are we
at
talking about?
6 points instead of 9 from one of the spare ports.
We can always justify it as Eva insisting.
Yeah, seems reasonable. Okay. Let's see. Let's get his. I'm not too worried about his exert. And let's see. Let's get the sneak.
As he wastes the good
Oh my
roll on the thing he
goodness.
said he's not too worried about.
Oh no. All right. So you guys have two options, I guess, out of character. You can accept that the group sneak check is a wash, um, or you could try to throw some like multiple of Zeke's uh, points of effort at re-rolling a couple people's checks again.
Hmm.
And there's no cursing the luck of whoever we were rolling against.
No, no, not in this case.
I guess maybe I was a little bit uncertain how far away we were. It sounded the way you described it like we would be generally okay as long as we didn't absolutely tank the
But we
sneak
also
checks.
don't know who it is that we're about to bump into. To assume that we're not okay, it might not be.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So, um,
That's true. I wasn't thinking about who's ahead of us.
You know, we just
yeah. Yeah. So um, it's not a. I guess I think how to put it. Yeah. I, I did tell you, you are reasonably sure that you are not gonna cause any. You're not gonna make enough ruckus to bring people out of the tents back up top.
Mm-hmm.
Up top being the bottom of the ice shaft. Um, so yeah, as you guys have judged it, there's not a major risk to making a little bit more noise than you intended.
I think it's probably not a bad idea. You know your effort better than any of us do, Avery, except maybe Ben. Um, so it might not be a bad idea to bring that two up, but the the only other bad
Yeah.
roll on sneak is Eva, and then hers goes down to a 3, but everybody else rolled fairly decent.
Let's see. She got a. Oh yeah, you didn't. Oh
I
no,
I didn't
yeah. I
apply the
just
penalty, yeah.
didn't apply the -2. Um, yeah. So she's at a 3 and Pete's at a 2. So yeah, rerolling either of those well enough could potentially be enough to get you guys up to an average of a success.
Mhm.
But it might have to be both of them, and that's assuming it goes well for both of them. I hope I'm not I'm not trying to discourage you from doing it necessarily. I just want you to kind of get a grasp for where you're at, because you're at an average of about 6 right now.
Okay.
Um,
Mm-mm. Yeah, no, I don't feel like Zeke's committing that effort on this.
Okay.
okay, yeah, we can again judge that it's like, okay, the outcomes he sees don't really frighten him, even though they're not. It's not quite Oracle seeing far enough into the future. Um, but it's not nothing immediately bad about to happen. So yeah, you guys definitely clunk around a bit uh, in making your way down this ice shaft, but everyone does so safely,
Woo.
and nobody slips and goes tumbling down the winding ice tunnel. So that's a good thing. Um, there are a couple twists and curves as this thing winds downward, but you guys make it to the bottom all in one piece. And let's see. Okay. Sound off. Who have we got here? We have Dex and Avery. Do we have Ethan and Danielle also? Alrighty.
If I can find the mute button.
Okay. Phew. Okay. I was just realizing I was like, I don't. If we're down to like 1 or 2 people,
Although I may be ready to call it here.
yeah, we are approaching time. I was suspecting we probably needed to cut it a little bit short tonight, given how everybody was doing.
Oh,
Um, but I think what we can at least do is leave you
did Ben
guys on a
call it
nice.
already?
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I think Ethan can't hear you. Ethan?
Uh-oh.
Okay, now I can hear everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. Yeah, you dropped out suddenly there, so I don't know. Maybe I lost connection for a sec.
Yeah, I think so, because I don't think I lost. I don't think anybody else lost me. I was gonna say, what I will probably end up doing here is leaving you guys on a nice little cliffhanger of sorts.
No more cliffs. Eva falls down them.
She
Those bad
does. It's
exert
so
checks.
fun. Yeah. So TLDR, you guys make it safely down the tunnel, making a bit more noise than you'd hoped to make, echoing back up the tunnel and down the tunnel, but you don't hear any shouts or sounds of pursuit from above. So you guess that your risk assessment was correct and that you are not in. You've not alerted anyone back up the tunnel to your presence. When you get to the bottom of the tunnel, it flattens out a little bit, so you get get a little bit of regular walking before it opens up again, and the ice is basically you open up into quite a large cavern, and but the cavern is mainly filled with an enormous building. It is a structure that stands imposing and very much intact, with strange, somewhat unfamiliar architectural designs, except that they do spark some memories, ring some bells of people who may have uh, enjoyed reading about snippets of ancient mandate history. And
Or Jennifer Moon's novels, right?
exactly, Jennifer Moons loves loves using the mandate as a recurring source. I mean, as any good fiction writer does.
Of course.
Any good archaeological romp would certainly feature some ancient mandate ruins. So, to Eva in particular, some of these designs stand out immediately as mandate, and Pete and Bo, as well as Eva, of course, but everyone else would certainly recognize the presence of some very large weapon emplacements that are being sported on the front of this building.
Huh.
Some of them much too, they're much too large to even be anti-personnel.
Yeah.
Though you notice several of those as well, as you pretty abruptly have come out into this chamber. You're a good distance from the front of this structure, but still definitely close enough to see and appreciate the amount of potential firepower that is directed your way. Not specifically, it doesn't look like it's locked onto any of you necessarily, but it is oriented in your general direction. And the structure, what you can see of it is several stories tall. and you can't tell for sure. The ice is encasing it. You can't really even see the top of the structure, as just this part of the front has been exposed by. You're not quite sure. At a glance, Eva thinks it could be some combination of erosion and the some kind of thermal emission from the structure itself, or maybe the weapon emplacements. But yeah, you have a few moments to take in this site,
I have a question.
and yeah, go for it.
Well, Eva has a calculation she is running. Does it look like any part of this structure here could be below the insta-panel structure that we explored? Well, that the boys explored.
No,
Okay. We didn't travel that far then.
no. In fact, where you traveled is more or less in the opposite direction from, if you're using maybe the ATV as a starting point,
Right.
that structure was back the way you'd come, and this is, the other direction.
Yeah. I actually do
This was
see your
mostly
map. I
forward.
just wasn't sure if the tunnel had looped back towards
Oh, true.
the stacked boxes.
Oh yeah, let me see. That's right. Yeah, let's see. I
It
think I did
serves
something.
as a map. It does what it's supposed to do, as much as we tease it.
Yeah. Yeah. Is this gonna let me? Oh, here we go. Try to figure out how to do this.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Get a load of that.
Woo!
So yeah. As I noted at the top of this screen, definitely not to scale. We're not getting into that because I partly because there wasn't enough room.
Yeah.
Didn't want to get too detailed like that. But yeah, you went down this little winding, maybe a couple extra twists and turns. But yes, here you are.
Yeah. I think Eva commits to her 3 sneak by letting out a audible wow.
Kind of echoes faintly through the chamber.
Clamps her hand over her mouth.
Yeah, I don't know why I pictured like whoever was first stepping out, like suddenly stopping, and then everybody just like piling into the back of them one at a time until suddenly you're all forced to take just a couple steps into the
Oh,
room here.
no.
And, oh wow,
Disney on the
it
brain.
just yes. But no, it does not. You don't hear or see any immediate threats or reactions to your presence. You've got a good little distance, I'd say maybe 20 meters of rough, kind of uneven, open cavern, icy cavern between you and the front of this structure.
Oh man, Eva has so many questions, and I don't think Ben's gonna let me ask any of them.
We got time for a question or two.
So many questions.
Yeah, you're probably
It
gonna
might
have
be
to.
better to ask them when everyone's here, anyways. But
That's fair.
I'll tell you what they are so that you can, if you don't already have the answers, you know what she's basically new theory forming that the people we're here to rescue don't need to be rescued. They are as happy as Eva would be digging this up and looking for basically doing scientist and archaeologist work down here, and they don't want to be rescued. So looking for any signs of there being a greenhouse or some kind of food storage where they're all stocked up, some place where people are living down here. Because already Eva's thinking there's no way that the people that we came to rescue are here unless they are working here. There's no way anybody would leave like hostages in a place like this, or unless they're dead. So looking for any kind of whatever her special eyes and assorted tools can gather from the environment about decomposition bacteria, um, tracks, light sources, energy sources, all of that.
Okay.
Like I said, it might be nice to have the whole crew here and awake
Yeah.
with full connection.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Um, I think that's good. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you have any other thoughts or questions, I've noted what you said so far.
Okay.
Yeah, anything else that you might want to plan for, uh, feel free to put in out of character planning.
Well,
And
I'll add one more thing. Be prepared for Eva
okay,
to try and steal something. And not just like,
what?
hey, there's this cool bauble over here. More like, that's a really neat gun. I wonder if we could mount that to our ship.
Yes. Wow, I love this wall panel. Man, that would look really great in that one corridor.
No, no, no.
So.
She finds a new planning board. Oh
The
man.
ancient structure is now down one window.
But it was a really nice curved window.
Yes. Made of some kind of strange, unfamiliar material. It's actually a little flexible, even.
Oh no, don't give Eva a flexible planning board. The power will go to her head.
I guess she'll just have to see what she can find in there.
Yeah, Eva's giddy.
Yeah, it is a giddy making scene for sure, especially for a scientist
Mm-hmm.
of any sort, scientist or scholar. All right,
Or a
then.
journalist.
Yes. Yeah, I imagine Cherry is wide-eyed and bushy-tailed at the prospect of getting to report on this,
Yeah.
make a video about it. I mean, the whole, military presence cover up angle is already like incredibly juicy from an expose perspective. So, yeah, this is
She might
this
have
is
to
fuel for
develop
the
a
fire.
secret identity to report stuff like this.
Ooh, an alias. You're saying she might not want to post anti-government kind of illegal whistleblowing kind of stuff with her under her full government name.
Yeah, a name that can be tracked back to her family.
Yeah. Yeah, although uh yeah. The good thing this is on Tabuk and not Loanada.
Yeah, true.
But still. Yeah, I think that's a good place for us to leave it and go to faves. We'll do first of all our XP to 94.
Ooh,
We're taking 2 for tonight.
bonus XP.
Mm-hmm. The little extra inspiration for discovering an ancient ruin, an
Hooray.
evident mandate. And I shouldn't even say ruin. You can't even tell if it's a ruin yet.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like any ruins that Eva's ever seen. And then we will go to the faves. Go to the faves. Let's see. And okay, we are short-staffed tonight, so we can Danielle, if you want to message me a favorite, if you are still here, I can include it. Otherwise, I will assume that you are snoozing with the baby. And let's see who's going to be up next. I think Avery has got first dibs on the faves tonight.
I got two. The selfie idiocracy moment, whatever you want to call it. And then when Zeke showed up with seaweed snacks and was a disgrace to his people, but also had not seaweed snacks, and whatever else Ethan said. And yeah, that's I don't know how you word that. I usually have a quip for you, Ben, but I don't got one for you this time. So
You're good.
Seaweed.
you say
Man,
you're a traitor to your people and you're not a traitor to your people? I don't know though.
Superposition seaweed suspicion.
No, there's a brain bender right there. I was going a little more what am I trying to say? I don't know what word I was gonna use. Explicitly? Straightforward? I don't know.
Direct.
Direct, yeah. I'm sure I've mentioned this before. I feel like there are it's times like this, but more frequently I regret that I have decided to capitalize these like they're titles. I don't exactly know what possessed me to do that. But I just keep doing it, and I just also keep feeling like I also don't exactly remember. I always forget some of the little nuanced rules for title capitalization. So it's probably very bad and inconsistent.
Been pretty good as far as I've seen.
It's good to hear.
I also occasionally have to go to capitalizemytitle.com.
Is there a website that does that?
There's a
It
bunch
should
of them.
be both a disgrace and a cat to his people.
A cat to his people.
The
That's
transcript
funny.
says I put it in quotes.
Yeah.
That's funny.
There are a bunch of websites, but capitalizemytitles.com or .org. I don't know exactly what it is. I just know that once I start typing cap into my URL bar, it finishes it for me, and I like it because it's not intrusive.
Yeah, exactly.
Could be my ad blocker.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think oh wow, yeah. This is cool. I'm definitely going to use this now.
Oh, did you find is it just capitalizemytitle.com?
It is capitalizemytitle.com. And you can pick any one of
Yep.
these different
Mhm.
capitalization cases. APA, Chicago, AP, MLA, BB, AMA, NYT. I guess, does New York Times have its own separate?
Style guide, yes.
Apparently they do. That's hilarious. And so far they are basically all exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm using title case, and we're good to go. That's funny.
Listen to us nerding out over here.
Yes, that is us. So yeah, it
that was
does
so
not
nerdy.
capitalize.
These last 10 minutes were so nerdy.
Hey, gotta love it. Excuse me, I'm sleep deprived or something.
No, you're not. This is you.
What? Yeah, I was about to start talking about the things that it didn't capitalize, but we're not gonna get any more sidetracked by that. Now it is apparently my turn to it is my turn to pick favorites. Yeah, I think I would say one of my favorites was definitely Zeke's nonchalant return. And I think I think the other one, it was a minor moment, but I think it would be maybe Lex filling in for Pete. And I maybe grudgingly, I think grudgingly is fitting there. I love little moments like that that just give you a peek at somebody's demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
Dex, what about you?
So I really enjoyed the protein bar drama. I really enjoy Eva's false crusade for veganism because it's a facade. It's not a facade, but she's it's not as real as she makes it out to be. But I really enjoy how that interacts with the crew. And a
Yeah.
second fave was the exact quote: "To engage this conversation is to explore all of its possibilities."
Nice. You said that was a quote.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was Avery's response on whether Zeke engages with uh when Eva was talking about his effort management, basically. And
Oh yeah.
the words are, "To engage this conversation is to explore all of its possibilities." And then he noped out.
That is great. Yeah, I missed that particular wording. Excellent excellent work, Avery. It's so great.
That is exactly how it would go in that situation.
Yep, whether it's because he foresees it or because Eva runs the course.
And I think it would, in that scenario, it was because he wouldn't foresee it.
Oh,
He doesn't know how to answer the questions without tipping his hat to things he wouldn't want to share, and also just frankly doesn't know the answers to the questions that she was trying to ask in that moment. And yeah, just
hmm
Mhm. Yeah.
it's easier for him to just stay the course and just not have that conversation at all.
Ethan, what about favorites for you?
Zeke never knocking.
Never knock Zeke.
Never stop, never knocking. Uh, all right, then let's see here. I think that's yeah. Let's see. I think that's about all we've got for the session. I think we can go ahead and copy those faves. And
Alright.
yeah. I think we can go ahead and end the stream.
Alrighty. Stream ended.